Alright, so this is a redo on my sniper rifle rant. I came off of as a huge, just asshole. I came off as a huge dickhead, so I want to kind of redo the video and, be a little more calm and collected, because when I did that, it was raw. And you have to understand, I have grinded tens upon tens of hours, probably close to 100 hours on sniper rifles in the past. I've grinded my ass off for sniper rifles because I love snipers so much. And especially after Shadowkeep, when they became really, really good, it was nice. They kind of went back to how they were in D1. And I've always loved sniper rifles so much, and I always missed using them in D2. And unfortunately, we're going back to that because pretty much throughout the entirety of D2, they have been not very good compared to some other stuff. And basically, we're going back to heavy weapons being really, really good, pretty much at this point. A lot of people are going to be using heavy weapons. Izanagi's got nerfed as well. They reverted the changes for the sniper rifles back to pre-Shadowkeep, which was basically irrelevant. Minus 20% is what they're doing now. They buffed it up by 20% to majors and above, and it's basically irrelevant now. Snipers are not going to be used nearly as much. I know for a fact I'm not going to be using snipers at all because of how pretty much irrelevant they're going to be. And so they go on to also explain that they were given a lot of utility and safety due to their range, and increased damage was giving them too much of a leg up on their closer power counterparts. They made this exact same point with Sky Rifles about a year back, I think, or when Year 2 came out or something. They nerfed Sky Rifles a while back, and then they actually ended up buffing them 2 times to where they are now, where they're actually pretty good. And the reason why people don't like using shotguns and stuff on the higher end, like Master Nightfalls and stuff like that, is because the enemies are doing so much damage, and because of boss stomp. There is, there is no reward. How do I explain it? It's hard to actually use those guns in close quarters because of how much damage you're receiving. And the boss stomp makes it practically impossible to lay in, shotgun damage into an enemy. So if you were to, fix some of those solutions, and then nerf Izanagi if you wanted to, because I can understand you nerf that by like 20%, and then leave legendary sniper rifles alone. I think that would be the best idea. I think snipers right now are perfectly fine. And here's how it would go. This is exactly how it would go. If you were to get rid of Izanagi, if you were to reduce it, people would just be relying on someone else. No one would really be using legendary snipers too much because of Divinity, and that is a special weapon. And then maybe they would actually, because obviously only one person would be using it in like a 980, or I think they're doing Grandmaster now or something. I don't know. I think this change just sucks because of that people are doing, like anti-barrier knights, for instance, with boomers. Those guys do a ton of damage. I mean, those guys lay into you. I think I'm at like 972 right now, and I think they 3-shot me. I'm not sure how it is when you get 980 and above. Actually, I'm at 974 and they 3-shot me. So yeah, that's obviously not worth going into close range encounters with. And obviously the same thing with boss stomp bosses. It's just not worth using those. So if they were to fix that, or do a temporary patch up where you just nerf Izanagi's, or just don't even nerf it in the first place and then just work on a solution, you'll be fine. Now, my question is, why are they doing this? Now, probably because the Grandmaster Nightfalls, I would think. But other than that, why would they do this? Because that's the thing. Grandmaster Nightfalls are going to be such for the minority of the community, to the point where it's like, why would they, there has to be some other reason for this besides. I don't believe the close range encounter thing. I don't believe that at all. I feel like they know the problem. I don't believe that excuse. I don't believe it. I think they know that. Like I said, I just said this before. What am I saying? I think they know the problem with the close range encounters and the boss stomp and stuff like that. They just haven't really decided to take action on it yet for some reason. So, that's going to conclude it. That's my thoughts on everything. They need to revert this change. It's ridiculous, and I think it's really screwed over a lot of people, such as myself, who love snipers and having, I've grinded a ton. I've grinded my ass off for the Trophy Hunter, the Soul Survivor, Dread Adventure, from the Menagerie, trying to get Triple Tap and Rapid Hell on there, and some more stuff that I've grinded. I mean, it really is heartbreaking for me to see this. It really is, because I loved using snipers so much. They were so much fun. And it just sucks. It really, really sucks. And I hope that they decide to revert this change. And it's probably too late at this point for them to revert it. I think they probably already have the patch set up and ready to go. They're just trying to get it green lighted or lit or whatever. I think they actually have to process it through Sony and Microsoft to get approved for a patch. So I think they're probably already doing that by now, I would think. So I just hope. In the next sandbox change that they do after this one, probably midway through the season, that they decide to revert it, because this sucks. This really, really sucks. I wouldn't expect a revert, but I just, obviously before the season comes out, like I said, I think that's unreasonable. But I think at least sometime before the next season, they might do a sandbox patch of the Revelry if we get that. Maybe if we get a sandbox patch and revert the snipers, then I think they're gonna do it eventually because of the community. We've already had some, some community. Was it lashback, or how do you explain? I don't even know. We've already had some, some stuff like that going on in the community right now. So, yeah, please revert the changes whenever you can, as soon as possible, because this sucks. I think snipers were perfectly fine, and as a person who's constantly playing endgame PvE content, I can tell you they were fine. And yeah, peace.